Well, hello and welcome back to Gmodism. This is your host and Lord High Admiral Eric, and we're back with more Gimle battles. This time we're going to battle against the Nevera, so it's gonna be very interesting indeed. By the way, we have launched a third way to support the channel because some folks requested that a while back, and I haven't talked about it very much yet. But basically, up here you'll find some icons from the Ministry of Gmodism / the Government of Gmodism, which have 3 tiers where you can support the channel with the least amount of fees going to transfer fees. The rewards are very limited, however, but you'll find them at shop.gmodism.com. You can join there. There are some discounts and stuff like that, but it's basically for the people who just want to give pure support and basically not get much back, because that was actually requested by one of you who are maybe watching this video. In any case, let's get into the battle. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever. So we're very welcome back, and what am I saying? This is the Nevera by Harbor 033. I think we never seen a build by Harbor before. I think it's their first one to the Gmodism channel's challenges and stuff like that. We have a very bulky design here. Man, that's so bulky. It's pretty cool. So we have some ish armor something here. We got some... Man, do these even see when they're placed like that? I guess they see upwards. Should be a little bit limited. We have some pretty cool decorations and stuff like that. We're opting for pretty big APS there. And even people who are using APS, they use cram decos because everyone knows that crams is actually better. Anyways, just kidding. Okay. Here we have some floaty areas, so we have a little section down below here that helps a little bit with float. This is such a cool design. This should be definitely with our matros in the army of Gimodism, Netrameira / Sanne Mittbonen's design style. This look a little bit insectoid, but a combination of that with basically the steel striders, they're called, right? Yes, I should play the campaign. Oh, that's an interesting way to put... Alright, to put EMP absorption. I just love that we have this seamy interior, even though it's not decorated very much inside, that you can walk to here and there. Just is a little bit funny. I love this detail. I love that our aircraft is under construction, since you can't have a drone in the Gimle battles. With the glass blocks not smoothing out on the inside, despite it not being transparent, because it's using fleet colors. The interior, I mean, it looks pretty nice, except like this looks absolutely not very nice at all. Actually, the interiors of this thing feels very semi-finished. It felt like it's supposed to have full interiors, but it's not there yet. Maybe we'll get an update of this before the tournaments start. Wait. Never mind. Anyways, you can see we have some big heavy armor ducts here to protect us, armor shields. That's actually a pretty smart thing to have. That is something the Gimle should definitely implement. Yeah, that's gonna be very resilient. Anyways, let's get this first battle going. I see you've chosen red for the colors, which is of course the right color. It looks so nice. So armor piercing. No, this is sabot. Yes. We get a bunch of Hesh, I believe, swarming in against the Gimle. Damn. Yeah, that's some Hesh for you. Alright, so we got the swarm of shots incoming. Did I hear a cram cannon failing to fire? Anyways, our shield disruptor is popping in there, weakening the shield slightly. Oh, we teleported! Are you kidding me? I so did not expect this thing to teleport and these spin. That's fantastic. Alright. So we have new scary cramshells incoming. Will it? No, it won't teleport. Damn, we got a little bit of a scary explosion there. Very nice. I like that design. It looks very cool with the spinny things there too. Gimle is at 96%, Nevera is at 98. So they're trying to shoot down those cramshells, but they are indeed a little bit too tough to take out like that. But our bulky layered armor like that feels like it's not gonna get a big risk of getting too hurt. If we're going to be quite honest. Oh, and there it teleported again. Unfortunately, it failed to miss those cram mortars. Not that they are very scary though. Alright, 95 versus 95. This is a battle which keeps us at the edge of our seats. The game speed is full, so it seems that both of these ships are enough optimized to not cause much lag, which is very nice indeed, I believe. It feels like it doesn't teleport to another position. It's like it's very close of being very efficient, but when it doesn't teleport to a new position, it just seems that the teleport function could have been so much more useful than it is, due to it not going where it's supposed to go. We have so many ammunition types going from this design here. The Nevera... Oh, here we have some mega sabots. Anyways. We got the red lasers locking into each other. The Gimle's lasers is being a little bit busy with lambsing about. So the crams are indeed the damage dealing entity here. They seem to be getting through pretty well still, but these protective shields down here are absolutely absorbing the bulk of the battle. However, the Gimle is actually in the lead right now, believe it or not. I looked at the Nevera and I thought it looked like a pretty efficient, good design, so I wouldn't have expected it to be much in the lead if I'm going to be quite honest there. So it's very interesting to see that. Anyways. Oh. Alright. 92 and the Nevera is down to 89. I just want to get on a good angle because I want to see, as is tradition by now, I want to lock on to the arquebalistas and I want to see where they go. Right. Oh, through the engine. And there it got destroyed. Alright. And then we have the next shot behind of it. I don't know where it went, but it's probably absorbed by now too. Anyways. That bounced. I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't go about and go to different angles, because it feels like it's taking a lot of hits being sitting around here, and that it teleports to the same place all the time. Why is that? Is it the energy requirement thing? I actually didn't play around with teleporters much at all. I don't remember their settings at all, to be honest, so anyone in the comments could probably tell me what this is about. Why does it teleport to the same position? Is it that the energy requirements is too low, or what's happening here? Well, anyways, the Gimle is getting a little bit fried here with lasers, since our lamps is taking up all those juices. It is, to be honest, probably keeping us a good bit safe from many of these shells. Oh no, I was locked onto the wrong one there. Oh, and they are melting through here. So the Nevera by Harbor is at 84%. And I do think that the Gimle is having a pretty good chance of winning this. If it only had teleported to another place, it would have a pretty good chance of winning this, I think. But right now, it's looking pretty bleak because even the super weak Gimle mortars seem to do full damage even if it teleports away. Oh, and now we took out the detection inside of here too. Seems that some of the really important detection bits are not very EMP protected. Actually, that's a little bit surprising due to the surge protectors we saw here and there. But perhaps they are already used up. No, they're still here in the wings. This wing seems to be pretty intact, so yes, they're still there too. Oh, and with the Harbor's color scheme, I bet these should be windows, right? Ah, well, can never use fleet colors for windows. It doesn't work well. I have been guilty of that myself, so I know very much. And it just looks super weird in other colors. Alright, so now it teleports again. Anyways, the Gimle is down almost 10%, so it is not unharmed by any means, but it seems that... Ooh, this crown turret is pretty harmed actually. But it still has a bit of a barrel. I don't know if it's fail-safe, it's keeping it from firing or not though. The Gimle seems to be in pretty okay condition though. It seems that the weapons... I think especially those Hesh, the Gimle is set up to deal with someone who relies on Hesh. If you're gonna have a chemical shell and put it against the Gimle, just use a sap heat, semi-armor penetrating heat shell. Yeah. Isn't heat... What's that acronym now again? Is it high explosive anti-tank or is it highly explosive? I don't know. Anyways, the thing that generates the yellow jet stream of molten copper or whatever in the target things. If you have a sap heat shell like that, then you can make it penetrate the first little layer on the Gimle and inject those like shards inside of it instead. Because if you use Hesh, it's gonna be stopped in the earliest layer of the Gimle armor. Since Hesh spamming is a pretty proven tactic, the Gimle tries to consciously kinda skip that, basically. Anyways, looking like the Nevera by Harbor is entering despawn territory. So we're gonna see if we have the same results next battle, or if the Nevera is going to impress us and make the Gimle very sad today. That's a nice way to... Yeah, that looks nice. Those third cap things. Anyways, we're below despawn, so first battle, Nevera, she lost. Oh, and if we look a little bit quickly, we can see how it's supposed to look like. Oh, that's so much more beautiful with the fleet colors. It's really sad that you can't save the fleet colors on a ship, you know, so it automatically comes with the colors it's supposed to be. That would be a nice feature. Well, still would have needed to smoothen out those glass surfaces interior-wise, but looks much better in the original color scheme. 3, 2, 1... Sorry. Now we're back. Anyways, I so much wanted to check out at the Gimle this little first stream, because I want to see where the arquebalista shots will land, you know? That's just a thing I have with them. This one seems like it's gonna miss. To be honest, I'm gonna switch to this one. Because I'm so curious. Are you kidding me? One arquebalista shot actually shoots one of these, but they are completely stopped with one of those. That's good to know. Because the arquebalista is set up to be basically the max penetration you can have, basically. almost. So if the Arcaballista can reach that through, we know that we're pretty protected from almost anything anyone could throw at us in terms of sabot kinetic damage. So we're gonna be safe from basically any shell if we have one of those layers. Now, one of those sheets do cost a lot though, so there is that to keep in mind. I wonder how dangerous this laser is. Is it an arson laser even? I don't know. It's burning pretty heftily through here. Man, that's a pretty scary weapon system. It's... damn. It feels like it's performing a lot better this time. I'm actually starting to get worried. Look, the barrel is burning. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it's performing better this time. This is gonna be interesting. I may have reasons to be worried. Did the barrels burn off? There is a small flame on the barrel still. It's a little bit scary. Well, whatever. I'm perhaps a little bit more obsessed than I usually am with this gun in this particular episode. Oh, seems like it completely just got stopped on that. Well, now we got teleported away here. That was so close of missing, but it didn't. Wow, so many shots coming in there. So much different types of damage. A nice little arsenal of damage types. 95 versus 95. Nevera is slightly in the lead. So will Gimle turn this around, or are we actually gonna have a different result this battle? It's gonna be highly interesting. I think it depends a lot if the Nevera is able to disable the Gimle's cram cannons. If the AI uses aim by cluster by any chance, it should have a pretty good chance of targeting one of the Gimle's turrets, because those clusters are pretty dense with cram pieces, you know. 0.8. I think that's good enough. 80% game speed is good enough. We don't need to disable. Oh, it actually took it out. Damn. That's a pretty strong LAM system. So I didn't see it taking out the Gimle's camps before. But it's a really good idea having those, what are they called, VLM missiles. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. How can they reach the target that well? Usually you'll have to have a, what are they called? Steering thrusters, turning thrusters, to be able to hit cram shells. If it only teleported a little longer, then it could have avoided the damaged. Like, oh, did they actually avoid those? No. Actually, I wonder if those cram mortars actually spawn inside of the ship now. That might have even worsened the damage. I'm having so many blocks falling off here. Well. Now I'm feeling it refuses to lock on to the weapon I want it to lock on to. So we are now going to lock on the sabot shell. We can see there it penetrates. And there it got absorbed. Alright, it got absorbed on one of the secondary layers there. Whoops. Can't use a keyboard anymore. Gmodism. What has happened with you? I'm Eric. Gmodism is the channel. Why do you keep forgetting that? Anyways, 88 versus 89. So the Gimle has gained 1% lead. Somehow. I wonder if the arqueballistas may actually be very dangerous for the Nevera. I'm not sure. Maybe it is those that kind of reach pretty deep and do some serious damage too. I'm sorry, I'm sure you're so tired of falling in these shells by now. Probably because that one even didn't hit. Anyways. Yeah, and then there also is the fact that while cram cannons are cool, while APS cannons are cool and all that, cram cannons are just generally superior when it comes to damage. So yeah. You might think it's unfortunately so, but it kinda is so. Very good EMP insulation on these lasers though. I would probably have added a few more connection points. And there seem to be insulated all around, that's good. But probably more connection points, no harm in wrapping them in rubber. 82 versus 87. Well, the Gimle has a good chance of winning this one. Which I think is pretty nice, because the Gimle has lost so many battles in a row. I actually wanted it to win. The Gimle has a very fragile self-esteem, you'll understand. So it needs to win sometimes, otherwise the Gimle and all the participants in the Golden Hall will be very, very, very sad. But these spinny little things here, they are so cool. Look at it. Isn't this just fantastic? Okay, I'm gonna stop making you seasick. Well, it's became pretty stationary. This thing looks like it's gonna be pretty quick and agile, except it kinda isn't. And man, these jet engines down here, they're so exposed for the mortars popping down there. Not that they are very dangerous, but when they are these surface level, they are gonna get hurt. And that of course hurts the energy per second generation, which ain't very good. But on the other hand, it's nice seeing it making some damage. It's hollow point, I think it's hollow point on all of them, and you can see this reinforced wood deck is just caving in and just removing big portions of the deck while these mortars are popping in there, which definitely opens up the entire ship and making parts being disconnected and fall like sections falling off. Right. There we can see another example of a cram shell. Ooh, it looks pretty nice in the night here with all those beams. I actually think the Nevera could have used some turning thrusters on those AMS, and they would probably hit more of those crams actually. Now, the Gimle's laser ain't doing much damage, but it is cleaning up the incoming damage here. It seems that this is one of the rare instances where the Gimle strategy of using a very powerful laser and connecting up that to the LAM system is very beneficial. Because, as I can see it right now, we are basically not taking any damage now. So now the battle is extremely decided. You can see that the Gimle's lambs are cleaning up almost any shell that's coming in, and all the shells that are left seems to be of a high enough caliber that the lamb can't ignore them, which means that we know the Gimle is gonna win with extremely high certainty by now due to that little fact. Also, the Nevera, she's down to 66%, so I think Harbor will have to harbor a grudge against the Gimle now. Very funny. Anyways, the Nevera is of course going to get inserted into the loser's bracket, and it will have a chance of winning anyways, of course. It's not impossible that it will win the entire challenge anyways. I've seen battles which is a little bit more head-to-head with the Gimle, but I'll say Nevera is pretty decent because the Gimle is down to 84.9%, as you can see there. So it's taken a beating. I think the Nevera has a chance of winning this battle if some tweaks are made on the Nevera. But as its current state, the Gimle kind of counters its APS system with an overpowered lamb and very spaced armor, wooden insulation in the armor. If we pause it here, if you don't know anything about armor, you can see we have a wooden insulation here, which weakens HESH shells a lot. And then we have a stagger era where it matters, and that pretty much counters the arsenals throw at us here. Yeah, but if it would have been able to avoid the cramps by teleporting, it would have had a much better chance. And unfortunately, it doesn't penetrate. It doesn't teleport very far. So the cramps are indeed penetrating it very deep and making it very sad. Very, very sad. 56%. Well, that are the results. We have a result 56%. It's gonna drop in like 3, 2, 1. Despawn territory. Well, it still teleports. But there we have it. That is indeed the case here. So, good try, Harbor. But Nevera was not able to beat the Gimle. The Nevera is gonna get inserted into the loser's bracket. But I will say this, huge thanks for making this ship optimized and very nice, not lagging much at all. This is a really good lag-free designs. To all of you lag builders, this is a good lag-free design. In any case, I just want to say huge thanks to all the commissioned officers in the Army of Gmodism. Of course, thanks to all our cadets, and of course, notably, our lieutenants and above, Admiral Scrubrox, Commodore Owen, Lieutenant Antor, Cravey, powered by Grid Vincent Veritas. Your support every month helps a lot. And without you watching this video right now, this wouldn't be a thing anyways, and nobody would even support the channel. So the views are of course most important. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channels here. There. Gmodism, Gmodist, and Relaxism. We are on Twitch too, so now you know. And don't forget our podcast. Stop rambling, Gmodism. You have self-promoted enough for a month now. So, we're signing out.